Welcome to the Islamic State of Mauritania, the land of poets and Islamic scholarship. A land where the Sahara meets the Atlantic. A land of contrast, shaped by centuries of history. Mauritania is a place where time seems to stand still, where nomadic traditions blend with the rise of modern cities, where the past speaks through ancient manuscripts. Mauritania spans more than 1 million square kilometers with a population of 4.7 million. Despite its vast, uncharted beauty, Mauritania remains one of the least visited countries in Africa. And why is that? It's because Mauritania is a country that defies expectations, strange yet captivating. Over the next 10 days, I'll explore what makes this country one of the strangest in Africa.
So, marhaban bikum fi Mauritania. You know, one of the things, before coming here, I thought that Mauritania is all going to be like white people. And I was walking and I saw a lot of black people. I'm like, wait a minute, what is going on here? So after a further research, I'm like, oh, okay, so this is how it is.
The Mauritanian society is multi-ethnic. Majority of the population are Moors, but the Moors are also divided into two. The Bidani, the white Moors, and the Harthani, black Moors. They both speak Hassaniya Arabic. Think of it like the Arabic version of Pidgin English. And then you have the Fulani, Soninke, and Wolof. The official language of the country is classical Arabic, but Hassaniya is more widely spoken. The Harthani or black Moors make up the majority of the population, yet it is the Bidani who control much of the wealth and power. This is one of the many contrasts that define this country.
I had to get myself one of these. It's called the Dara. This is like the traditional Mauritanian outfit. Almost every guy that you see will be wearing this, like the Dara. And then the women, they wear the Malafa. Yeah, Malafa.
This is Hamdi, my friend in Mauritania. He's a photographer/videographer and he'll be showing me around some parts of Nouakchott.
This is the Khaima, this is like the traditional Mauritanian. You like what?
Mauritanian thing, c'est bon.
Yes, c'est bon. Tea. Normally I don't drink tea. I don't drink this attire. But when you are in Mauritania, you have to drink it, right?
In Mauritania, drinking tea or attaya is like part of their culture. It's more than just a drink. Wherever you go, whether in the streets or at home, you'll always see Mauritanians sitting together, sipping attaya. It's a slow, deliberate process that invites conversation and connection. The next day, I visited the Gambian embassy in Nouakchott. Speaking of strange things in Mauritania, the ATMs here don't accept international cards. So that's why I went to the Gambian embassy and linked up with Mr. Jaju, the deputy head of mission, who helped me with local transfer methods and took some time to show me around Nouakchott.
Mauritania is a country that has a long cordial relationship with the Gambia since before independence. Many of our Gambians who wanted to learn more on Quran, they come here. So it started from there until independence came, and then it starts on politicize everything. Right now, according to our data, we have more than 10,000 Gambians here in Mauritania. But they are divided into 3 categories. We have transit migrants, because of the location of Mauritania to the North Africa, to Europe. So many youths are here that have an intention to cross to Europe. And we have others migrants, resident migrants, who comes here to stay and try to make a living. And the other aspect, that's the greater, that's the Talibans that have passion for Quran and Islamic knowledge, will come here to learn Quran, because here Quranic education is free.
What has been your impression since you came here about Mauritania, the general lifestyle here?
Our life is a little bit different from theirs. They have a strict Islamic way of living.
Compared to many other places, Mauritania can feel very unusual and strange. For example, the role of women in Mauritania.
If you look at socially also, there are women don't work. In Gambia, well, women do work.
Okay, here the women don't work.
Especially the white women don't work. Most cases, even if you go to the market, the women that are there are either Malians, Senegalese, or Gambians.
One video I watched was like how divorce is celebrated here in Mauritania.
Mauritanian women, when they get divorced, they become more desirable.
I did some investigations, and they told me the reason why it is celebrated is because, once you're married, like the woman pretty much owns everything, right? Everything in the house belongs to the woman, the car that everything. So like once they're divorced, they're pretty much rich. Like they can go to the market and sell all those. And that's why they have like the divorced women market, where they go and sell all the furniture and everything. I was even told that some people will marry you just because of that.
We obligate to feed the girl to drink 10 liter milk every day.
10 liter?
10 liter, 10 liter until she be very big.
Traditionally, young Mauritanian girls were forced to drink up to 10 liters of milk daily, all in the pursuit of gaining weight. Because here, being overweight is the ultimate beauty standard. Slavery is another complex part of Mauritania's history.
Mauritania, in 1981, became the last country in the world to abolish slavery. There was no punishment for slave owners until 2007.
Il est totalement soumis. Et c'est malheureusement ce genre d'esclavage que nous avons aujourd'hui. Celui dont rêvait le planteur américain.
Even though slavery is like illegal in Mauritania, but still there's like this remnants of this practice. But even though it's not as before, right? And I asked someone about it and they told me the reason why there's still remnants of this practice is because some people, like especially the black moods, deliberately prefer to stay with their masters because they have like nowhere else to go and they consider them like that, like their only family, right? So they leave, work and get fed by their masters. But to understand the social hierarchy, we have to go back to the 3rd century when Mauritania was inhabited by its original inhabitants, the Bafur people, the ancestors of the Soninke. During the 3rd century, the Berbers migrated here from North Africa, often enslaving the black Africans already living there. And over time, they mixed, traded, and created what we now know as the Harthani and Bidani groups. Up to date, some still view the Harthani as the descendants of slaves. It's a reality not openly discussed, but when I was asking these questions around, the looks that I got told me everything that I needed to know.
I mean, I like the overall vibe and aesthetics of Nouakchott.
Wide streets, flat-roofed houses, and an absence of the nightlife you find in many other cities.
This is pretty much the nightlife in Mauritania. I mean, it's really cool, man. I like it. A very nice place, man, this one. You have a lot of restaurants, but when it comes to like clubs and bars and things like that, no, you have none of that.
They don't have beaches where people go and relax, just like in the Gambia. So those social facilities are not there because they believe that having those things, introduce some act of un-Islamic. So that's why they don't want it. But it's not restricted 100%. People can have it in their private residences, but for public, no, we don't have it.
Maybe that's why it's one of the least traveled to countries in Africa. But for me, it added a sense of peace and calm that I really like it here. And it's actually my 3rd favorite country in West Africa. And I also have to admit, I was pretty surprised by what I found here because I came with a preconceived notion, one that many of us in Gambia share about the Berbers, right? Or as we call them, Nar. I will not go into all the details, but in Gambia, if someone someone is like spatially like cruel, very wicked, we automatically call them like Kinara, like that person is like Berber. So that, that is the idea that I had, right? These people are like, But once I arrived here, I realized that wasn't the full story. Sure, on 2 occasions I encountered people who treated me like a piece of garbage, but overall, what I learned was different from what I expected.
Generally, people everywhere are nice and good people, At least now, that is how I see it. Any place that you hear, these people are not good, these people are this, just go and find out, Once you are there, you'll know. Yeah, we're currently in Nouakchott, heading to Terjit. By the way, rate my turban. How does this turban look?
From Nouakchott, I traveled to the Adrar region with Cristobal, a guy that I met in the hostel I stayed in Nouakchott. We visited one of Mauritania's hidden gems, the Oasis of Terjit.
Get some meat. 1500 وهذا بكم؟ 1600. 1600. Okay. Working up?
Here, spending the night under the stars, surrounded by the serenity of the desert.
Open it.
What do you think is this? Chicken? No.
Camel meat.
For dinner, we had the Mauritanian couscous meal with camel meat.
Good morning. And imagine waking up right next to the mountains and the date trees and the sand dunes.
And first thing in the morning, I was served a cup of camel milk.
The cameras really can't do justice to what I'm looking at right now. Yeah, Mauritania, man, it's cool. It's really, really cool.
Today, we are traveling to Chinguetti, known as the Door of the Sahara, an ancient town that holds centuries of history.
This is pretty much alive.
And Muslims speak more now than before.
أخبرني عن شنقيتي.
شنقيط مدينة تاريخية تحتوي على الكثير من المكتبات والمخطوطات، وهي أرض المنارة وأرض العلم، وكثير من الناس من العلماء تخرجوا من مدينة شنقيط التاريخية، ولها دور كبير في نشر العلم وعلوم الدينية.
Chinguetti is a World Heritage Site and it is considered one of Islam's 7 holy cities. In the Middle Ages, this town was a key stop for caravans carrying gold and dates across the Sahara. And it is also home to an extraordinary collection of important Islamic manuscripts. I prayed Asr at the Mosque of Chinguetti, which was once the most important Islamic educational center in West Africa.
This is the door of the Sahara Desert.
For centuries, Chinguetti stood as a gateway to the world's largest hot desert for travelers, traders, and scholars alike. The Sahara stretches across 11 countries, spanning North Africa from the Atlantic Ocean in the west to the Red Sea in the east.
How many countries have you been to?
This is the 100.
How does it feel?
Around 17 years, more or less. No, I like it. I like Mauritania. Good and French.
How does it feel to be in your 100th country?
Yeah, the same like in the 99. The important thing is to keep going.
I like that.
Not the number.
I like that. I like that.
The real adventure is about to start. From Chinguetti, we journey to Zouérate to board the famous iron ore train, a journey spanning over 20 hours, crossing some of the most desolate landscape in the world. Zouérate. Underneath its earth lies one of Mauritania's greatest treasures, iron ore. Since 1960, this resource has been the backbone of Mauritania's economy, mined and managed by the state-owned company SNIM. Every day, tons of iron are extracted and loaded onto trains that journey over 500 kilometers, stretching over 20 hours and cutting through the Sahara to reach the coastal city of Nouadhibou, where the iron ore is exported to markets across the globe. But it's not just the iron ore that makes this journey famous. It has become a rite of passage for adventure seekers from all around the world.
Yeah, we are currently at the iron ore station. This is said to be one of the most adventurous things to do in Africa, so let's see how it goes. I'm not fully prepared. Apparently I was supposed to come with a jacket, but I have good shoes on. I have enough water, like more than 5 liters. I have bread and bananas, so I think I should be out until tomorrow around 11 or 12, right? More excited about the views rather than the...
We are traveling, we are moving. The important thing,
It's not adventurous enough for me, you know? It's not thrilling enough.
you should try bungee jumping. Not trying commercial train, 25 per hour.
But the views are really amazing.
Many Europeans find this ride adventurous, but for me, it wasn't quite the thrill I expected. It was an experience, yes, but one that tested endurance more than excitement.
Two countries right now. So the other side, Western Sahara. Here, Mauritania. Wow.
After 21 long hours, we finally arrived in Nouadhibou. Our bags, clothes, and even our faces were covered in layers of iron ore dust. This was where I said goodbye to Cristobal. He was headed into Western Sahara to catch his flight back to Spain while I prepared to continue on my journey. The energy here is different, lively, diverse, with a mix of people including Gambians and Senegalese.
So this is like a fishing town, right? And this place, it feels more like in Senegal than in Mauritania. So there are a lot of Senegalese and Gambians here as well. But the Gambians here, they are only here for like a short period of time because they are en route to Europe, right? Of Gambians. Even there's one Gambian here who was, from some years back, he was on the journey to Europe, but then he got stuck here and started working here, and now he's based here with his family. Hello, Uncle.